Okay, this is a Symmons temporal shower, and this has a control for volume. It's set always for high when I take a shower, but it does have the ability to go to low. So if I move this to low, you'll notice there was a reduction, and the sound is slightly different. I had always thought that difference was not significant. I even began to wonder whether or not this was working properly. And I just always left it on high. Now I'm going to get a new trim for this. And I want to know, is it worth getting the trim that has or retains the functionality for the volume control? Because that trim package is more expensive. If I simply set it to high, left it at high, I could get the trim package that didn't even have it, because they do have models that don't even have a volume control. You know, most people, you don't think about a volume control on your shower. You actually could play around with this, actually. Might affect the volume. Anyway, so what I did was, I got this 3-gallon bucket, and what I did was I just held it up to the shower, and I ran the shower for a minute in the 2 settings. This is the one that I just got when I ran it on the low setting. It might be hard to see that, but it's actually a little bit higher than 3 quarts. I'm going to call it 0.8 gallons, because 3 quarts would be 0.75. When I did this on full, I got 1.25 gallons, 1.25. So the difference between the low and the high is the difference between 0.8 gallons per minute and 1.25 gallons per minute. Now, I was a little surprised. That was a little bit more range than I thought, because you don't always perceive that. Now I'm thinking when I take my shower, maybe I will put it to a little bit lower and save some water. It turns out that your shower faucet usually has the rating, and this one you might not be able to read it, but this particular one is max 2.5 gallons per hour. Minute, I'm sorry, 2.5 gallons per minute. Now, 2.5 gallons per minute is the threshold for the so-called low flow shower. And you only get the 2.5 with this if it's at a certain pressure and what have you. Might depend on the setting too, but for the pressure that I have here, I don't get 2.5. Even with this is at high, I get 1.25. That's a very low shower flow, which is good from the point of view of saving water. But I could put one here that has more flow if I wanted to. Honestly, the 1.25 is fine for me. And in fact, I'm thinking now that this does make kind of a difference. I'm thinking, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll use the high flow just to get wet, and then I can use the low flow if I'm using the lather, and then I can use that for rinsing off. I don't know, I might just leave it in the middle. So anyway, I just wanted to show that. It's relatively easy to measure your shower flow, and then you'll know how much you're actually using. Okay? If you have a setting like this, you can see whether it's working properly. Thanks.